Hey, sorry about that, folks. OBS must have killed my microphone during its most recent update. But I am back. I will not be so easily foiled. I am Travis. My pronouns are he and they. I am a player in this stream and running tech. So I would like to thank you and welcome you to the channel as we are about to dive into Mage the Awakening, Point of No Retreat, Episode 9. But before we do that, a couple things I want to make sure that you are aware of. We have just launched the Kickstarter for Branch Riders. I am super excited about this project. This is being published in association with the Bodhana Group. The Bodhana Group is the charity of choice that we'll be supporting at Onyx PathCon this weekend. They basically work on creating material for the intersection between tabletop role-playing games and therapeutic use, which I think is a super cool goal. And the Branch Riders game is designed to not only be like a fun game to play and with a cool, distinct world to it and interesting missions to drive your action of your characters, but also in the proper environments with the proper training and the proper tools can be used as a therapeutic tool as well. So I definitely recommend going and checking out that Kickstarter. It's already funded. So let's see if we can unlock some stretch goals for the good folks over at Bodhana. If you are interested in donating to Bodhana directly, their information is also in the chat. I've just popped that in there. Again, they are the charity of choice of Onyx PathCon, so we will be talking a lot about them in the coming days, as we will also be showcasing a lot of branch riders. What else did I want to make sure that I touched base on before we go? Oh, of course, Onyx PathCon is this weekend. If you head over to the links that I've just dropped in chat, you will note that in addition to the festivities, we are going to be having a whole bunch of live streams of panels on this channel. We also have 4 partner channels who will be doing actual plays. So there's a ton of content coming this weekend. But in addition to all of that content, we have also partnered with Start Playing Games, and we have several events that have been listed that you can sign up to play for a fee. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe our whatever portion of that fee we would normally get is going to the Bodhana Group. So go sign up for that. Check that out. The details are in the chat. If you wanted to run a game for other people to come play, you can also do that as well. The FAQ is linked. I believe that pays the bills, and with those bills paid, I will hand the keys to the kingdom over to our glorious storyteller, Tom. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very happy to have these keys now. That was always what I was here for. Now I can leave. No, I can't, because I have to tell you, dear chat, dear audience, that I will be also at Onyx PathCon, and I will be running 2 streamed games, and I will try to get my eyes and ears all over the other streams and get all the very nice informations and all the best rumors, and want to learn a lot about the moth game. And also I am extremely hyped for Branch Riders. As a therapist in training, I'm very, very excited to look into the engine of this game and what awesome possibilities it facilitates. And also, I have 1 game listed for open access, basically, during Onyx PathCon, in my more or less early morning hours on Sunday, I think, before the Changeling game. And I tend to delete these games because I have other stuff to look during Onyx PathCon. And if you want to be but if you want to partake in this game and you want to play Changeling with me, then you should really be quick and try to reserve a seat for you, because otherwise I will delete the game on Friday, and then I'm very busy with watching VOD. So yeah.
Well, there
That's
you
your
have it, folks.
chance.
The clock is ticking. Get in there and get to it. Get signed
Yeah.
up.
Okay. Um, but I'm not only here to talk about games to come, but we are here to play a game. And I can tell you, this is not the end. It wasn't supposed to be the end, but it's also not the penultimate session of Point of No Retreat, because sadly we are one player down for tonight, and I need my full cabal of mages for what's to come. And so, yeah, we will have some side adventures tonight. But who is joining me? You're asking without asking. I am happy to have my players introduce themselves. And let's start with the bright, shining, fabulous, incredible Ipsy.
That's right. We cannot do the penultimate episode tonight because not all the nerds are in the house. I just had to set that joke up for you guys. Yeah. You're welcome. I am Ipsy. I will also be at Onyx Path Con. I will be doing a actual play of The World Below. And yes, did you not know that? Oh
I
my
have
God,
no-
we're gonna see each other there. Let's hang out. We can go to the food court and yeah, I'm
Wait.
talking about that kind of con.
We set up a virtual food court.
Yeah, we'll set up a virtual food court and we'll drink virtual boba tea and like we used to do at Dragon Con in Atlanta. No, I will be doing The World Below. It's around 1 o'clock my time. I don't exactly remember specifics, but I will be reunited with my beloved Ryan, who ST'd me, who was story pathing me through Pugmire, where I was Momo, and it's great.
Yeah, I believe that's like a 7 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah,
But if you head over to onyxpath.com, check the Monday meeting notes. I believe all the schedules are now posted.
They are.
Yeah. I have just cracked open The World Below this week, and it's completely new to me. So I will be looking forward to finding something really fun and interesting to throw at you guys. But yeah, that's what I have to promote right now. That and my ever winding spiral into insanity, which is ongoing here. Tonight I will be playing Judith, the Mysticos. Yes. Judge Judy and Executioner, a woman with a troubled past and even more troubled future. And the present's not looking that good right now either. We don't sanction murder, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm looking forward to seeing where we go branching off tonight and what sort of side adventures we can get into and how many awkward mother-daughter conversations we can have. This will be fun.
Yeah, it will be. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
The next one is the stellar, evergreen, amazing, incredible Josie, who is not hiding but becoming even greener.
Hi, my name is Josie, pronouns they, them, and the mean green meme machine. And I'm glad to tell y'all that I will also be joining in multiple Onyx Path games because that's how I actually first came to know all these people. And it's weird that it's been a year because it feels like longer. It also feels way shorter. What kind of time magic is here? I don't know. I'm not a master of that yet. Soon. But I will be playing in a Changeling game and a Deviant game with Tom. So I have booked a double therapist appointment to deal with that after. I'm not kidding, but it's for a good cause, I promise. And I need to get my schedule right because I'll also be doing tech for something. So thank you, Travis, for teaching me how to do that and trusting me with that. I hope you won't regret it.
Sure, you'll do fine.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
I will be playing Ellie the Acanthus Mage, who I think now finally has fully flushed out Nancy. You're good, right, Nancy? You're
I
not
think
struggling
I'm
anymore?
sober now. Yeah.
Aw. Anyway, yeah, and
Pour one
looking
out for
forward to what
Nancy's liver.
I'm looking forward to what we can do without the doctor, the professor doctor, big brains oversight that makes us sometimes think about things before we do them.
Hmm.
No more thinking, just doing.
Sounds great to me. Thank you. And then, last but not least, not hiding, but showing themselves in the dark void, shining a bright, shimmering, pale beacon. There is the incredible, fabulous, amazing Travis.
Thank you so much. Yeah, again, I'm Travis Legg, pronouns he, they. When I'm not running or playing games, I'm writing them. Today I'll be playing Nancy. Nancy is an acanthus. She is a graphic designer. She's has historically been a bit cranky and standoffish, but the events of this retreat have called a lot of things into question for Nancy, and so now she is trying to cope with all of these various revelations, no longer with the lubricant of time dispersed alcohol, thanks to the meddling of her friends. She is now dealing with things in the throes of sobriety. So, fun times.
Fun times indeed. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. I was thinking if this was like your ordinary Kevin-based fantasy RPG, you would have received your final quest goal last session, as you met the besieged party in the mountain, trying to ward and protect something they call the gate, and something that you know as the giant energy orb resting beneath the castle, where the world-spanning and incredibly healthy company called Helix Inc. is holding their company retreat. And it turns out that there are people within Helix who are using magic and people to besiege the core and a sect of mages who are living within the castle walls usually, but now they have retreated into their bastion in the mountain itself. And an offer has been made to our brave mages to find some help if they get rid of the leaders of the besieging side of things, basically to get rid of the leadership of Felix, probably. Well, this isn't your usual fantasy RPG, and turns out our heroes might have problems with just going out there and murdering people because they've been told so. And they also kind of question the morality of their hosts right now, because apparently they have a tiny superiority complex towards ordinary people called sleepers who can't perceive or use magic. And, well, if the emissary they've been talking to by the name of Moira is one of the more what they're called, lenient, liberal,
Moderates.
moderate, yes, moderate members of the sect Well, this leaves question open for the other members. So, yeah, as it seems, the group of people that I am trying to pronounce correctly for a game or two, the Pancryptites, um, offer support. They might offer enough power to break through all the barriers to reach the outside world. They might also be able to help with a strange condition that our heroes are suffering from, because apparently they aren't really connected to the fabric of reality. And something seems to be very wrong with them. So these are things that the Pancryptites can help with, but yeah, how much help do we actually want to take from them is an open question too. And it is time for us to get back to find our way to this beautiful castle somewhere in the Eastern European mountains. A wonderful place from which you can see far, far over mountain tips covered in snow, and in the valleys across streams and woodlands. And of course, sharp edges carved by the wind and erosion. We let ourselves sink through the castle floors, through the ground. There are a few hidden dungeons and cells below the old walls. But we're going even deeper, finally finding a tunnel that leads through almost empty chambers. The air smells of ozone, of smoke, of rot. And there are a few remains of people who have been sacrificed to overwhelm the defenses. Wall by wall has been torn down, and we don't know how many sleepers and mages have died within the last 2 days in this war that most of the around about 300 happy drinking and playing people in the castle don't know about. We pass through a room that had words of power inscribed into its walls. You repaired some of the damage that has been done by fighting within this room. And you made your way through a gate into the halls of the Pancratids, where you met Moira, and now are using scrying spells and fortune telling to know where the next attack will come from, how to prepare with traps, magic words, sigils, and how to take action to protect those who are being brought down here to be slaughtered lambs in the pursuing of the goal to reach the gate. Nancy is sober and performing the last rites of the spell. Brian and Ellie have assisted. But you realize that after the magic calms down and you had your visions, that Brian seems distracted. He appears to have seen something in the vision. In his usual ways, he doesn't explain too much to you, just he has to take a look at it. And then he goes over to Moira and tells her that he needs to see the gate. And after a brief moment of hesitation, she agrees to accompany him there. Before they leave, Moira asks the three of you if you need anything.
You have a easy way out stashed away somewhere.
Not yet. I think if we really put all our resources into it, we could supply you with the means to at least reach out. I don't know if we can literally help you leaving, but well, actually, there might be a way. It would be a detour, and I don't know how fast you would be able to reach the other side again, but you could go through of one of the realms.
What realm specifically?
There are several, like are you familiar with the terms of pocket dimensions?
When I awoke, I'm pretty sure I was somewhere that wasn't here. So I take it that was a separate one. It had glass rose bushes and very fairy-like.
We believe that to be the supernal world. We all reach at once within our lifetime, and our brain tries to translate what we experience in a way that makes sense. But apparently, there are several realms that are like those translations. Like, you're probably not going
I
back there directly, but to some place that is like it.
I don't think my brain trying to make sense of things would have ended up with me having physical wounds.
Be surprised what your brain can do.
I don't think my brain can just open the skin on my legs.
Your brain can move through time now.
Yes, but that was while I was awakening. I wasn't able to do thing I can do now, and I cut my legs open on bushes, on glass bushes.
So the image, the physical impression that you experienced, this was the translation of what happened. The wound is real, but
Mhm.
it wasn't necessarily done by something that you've seen. It's
Well, these other realms, like the Supernal realm, these are all real, right? They're just not accessible.
they are accessible, and that is basically, I think, a way to circumvent the siege, although we are not sure how reliable they are with us being besieged. And
Accessible how? What? Is there like a key? Are we flying on a plane? Do we like wiggle our noses like I Dream Genie? What's the access point here?
I believe I've already tried clicking my heels together 3 times, but just to be on the safe side, I'll click my heels together 3 times and say there's no place like home.
I don't think that works right now. You don't have space magic, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So no, it doesn't work.
Right.
So
Wouldn't that be funny? Fucking.
And we're done.
there there are places that are basically gateways. We have one here, but we keep it shut because it's also dangerous. But you can
Everything dangerous? How much dangerous are we talking about?
there are some places that are just no. I can stand here and explain everything to you, or I could just show it. What do you think?
I don't like this.
We
I'm,
could be theorizing, or you could experience it, and I won't put you in danger. It's just like much more, you
The
know.
last time someone promised us to not put us in danger or said everything would be safe, we awoke and we became mages. We found people get a tonic on the floor and everything else happened. Why should we believe you?
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, like we're not exactly in a place where people have built a lot of trust for us.
Because we need you.
Okay.
We don't, as I told you, we aren't in a good position right now.
The all-powerful cabal of I don't know how many mages you have over there doing your things for ages and generations needs 3, 4 freshly awakened little mages to do something for them. You might need a little bit of introspection after this is said and done.
I mean, she said it, not me, but I am totally in agreement.
Yes. The thing is, you are a surprising factor within the equation, and we have done very well with not getting into trouble with anyone. And that worked out very good for us for a very long time
Until it didn't.
until it didn't, and people come to take everything away from us. Yes. So, yeah, you're right. We have to adapt, but
Well, I can feel the rust coming from your brain trying to adapt to things you're not used to. Fine, fine.
it's a learning experience for all of us. And she points towards one of the tunnels that's leading away from the cabin and invites you to follow her.
Loki still looking up any of my tricks to see if I can prepare for this in any way because I don't trust this for shit. Um, can I quickly, before we do all of this, just cast Heightened Senses, which is life 1? Just be a little bit extra aware of anything. Like,
Yeah, sure.
new senses, cannot grant new senses, we can heighten existing ones. Um, yeah, it just makes my perception bigger.
How does the spell look like as you cast it?
I think I try to do it as subtle as possible. Just like as you're putting like sunglasses on to go outside. I think I just do a little Ipsy please. I'm not gonna hooga chaga my way into this. I think I'm just gonna physically, like, I don't have my actual glasses with me right now, but put on my glasses, which are normally perched on top of my head. Like those blue light glasses to Ipsy please. To get like to make sure that you don't get like blue light interference for your hormone balances. Yeah, put that thing on, but linger just a little bit. And now they're shiny.
Yeah. And as you do this, you realize that Moira is having the slightest shiver, but she doesn't turn around or confront you.
Shiver when I do this, or just
Yes.
has been shivering the
No,
entire
she
time?
isn't. She isn't shivering. She's just probably reacting to what you're doing.
Well, I have something else that she might react to.
Okay, great. Draw attention, Nancy.
I would like to also follow, and I would like to in high speech. I'm going to say, well, I guess with great power comes great responsibility, and use that as a way to activate. Basically, I want to use time 2, fate 1 to give myself spider sense.
Oh, this is about spiders. It's not about rice.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm on the same.
No rice.
The utterance of these words in high speech, you can't ignore it. It is basically one of the fundamentals of reality that are being invoken, and somehow these words, for the lack of a better word, resonate from all the walls. And this makes Moira turn around and have a good look at you and like, I, oh,
Now,
sure.
don't get a lot of Stan Lee down here. Yeah, I'm sure I don't want to walk blindly into a danger. Yes, I am quite sure. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, same here. And I put my fist out for Nancy to bump it.
And then she leads you down the tunnel. And the rough stone walls are being replaced with masonry work. And after a certain point, you can see sculptures like different heads of animals and stylized bushes and trees, and until the tunnel walls become an entire modeled environment for you, like a forest. And then you reach an entrance to a larger room. And as you go into the room, you see that the walls are hollowed out far deeper. And the sculptures are not only reaching into the tunnel itself, but also going deep into the stonework. Like this is like a film set carved into the stone. And the same repeats on the larger scale in the room around you. You are standing in a small grove, carved and chiseled out of the mountain. And you can see that there are different colored lanterns hanging in the stone trees and from a deer's antler. And everything is more or less pointing towards the center of the room, where a big tree trunk stands. The skin of the tree does look very intricate, even from this distance. And something that Ellie is noticing is this place is humming with a distinct energy. Like everything is just a heartbeat away from moving. Every single leaf could be rustling in the next second if there was just the slightest breeze. The deer could turn around and look at you. The hare under the bush over there might be jumping away. It's just a second away from you.
Now, this area still is entirely internal, right? Like there is a ceiling. There are still visible walls.
Yeah. Some, or at least there's some darkness that eludes that there must be an end to this
Okay.
place, yes.
I will say this is beautiful, but looks like an extension of the cage.
It is an extension. And I'm sure one could get imprisoned there. But this is not what this place is doing.
Could I click my tongue a few times and with my heightened senses try to, in the place that I can't see, try to, by hearing, like echolocate a little what's going on exactly.
I think echolocation would be a sense that would be new to you. So no, that's not working with this
But
spell.
it's working on hearing.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not Daredevil. No.
Yes.
But I
Are we bringing the whole MCU into this? Is that what
Well, you know, Doctor Strange would come in handy right about now.
we would? Yeah.
this place has its limits, yes. And you think it's maybe not larger than maybe 20 meters in diameter. Can't hear you. Did you say anything?
I was just clacking my tongue.
Okay.
I'll say so. You had mentioned these realms were a possible escape route. Is there a door that leads out of here?
Yeah, within the tree trunk. The thing is, we usually don't open the gateway. You can see it is already having an effect on the area around us. We didn't create this place. It formed itself with each time that we opened the gate. And we are preserving many things here. And we don't want to endanger them. That's one of the two reasons why not leaving. The second is time is not working in every place the same way. If some of us were leaving through this thing, we aren't sure when they are arriving again. If they find an exit. That being said, we are positive there must be at least another exit.
So, but the whole, you say that there's a risk of getting lost.
Yes.
Then why not use the old Ariadne technique? If someone has a rope, it's something we can try. I know these places really don't like to work with physics the way that we're used to them, but it's better than nothing.
This would mean leaving the gate open longer.
Just tie the rope at where the gate is and not necessarily through it. You can close the door if you tie it to the door handle.
I must ask why we didn't do this. I'm sure.
We're all learning here. I recommend to read more about Greek and Roman mythology. They teach you a lot of life lessons.
I am sure. And her smile seems as lively and pleasant as the sculptures around you.
You just keep staring for a little too long.
So this is a possible escape route. We don't deem the risk worth losing what we're having here to use it.
Well, can you move the sphere?
No. It is basically anchored to a couple of ley lines running through the mountain. And it took quite a while to align them in the way they are right now. And detaching the core from the lines seems impossible by this point.
Do you have a way of moving space or perceptions of space?
Yes.
can do that.
What's that?
I can do that.
What if we don't fight these people at all?
Okay. Listening.
What if instead we move this door to the door that they're going to break in? If you can't get Muhammad to the mountain.
This is a very interesting idea.
Nancy, I don't know whether I like you more sober or drunk, but you're making me you're making me question things.
Well, I mean, I would assume that my alcohol level wouldn't have affected this decision. Oh yeah, it probably would have. I would probably, yeah, probably sober me is probably a little better for problem solving.
Yeah.
So Moira turns towards Judy. You are versed in space manipulation.
I didn't say versed, but I think I can do that.
That's good. Okay. I think we would need to carefully sever some of the anchors that this place has and move the place together with the ley line powering it. This might be something you could be helpful with. She turns towards Brian. Leyline manipulation should be within your venue. Okay. I think this might work. We just need to take care of one tiny detail. We need sympathies between the place that this thing is leaving and the place it's moving to.
Sympathies?
Like I know it's a horrible, outdated comparison, but it is like the common beliefs about voodoo and what you do to the puppet. So you have one thing and something that relates to it,
Mm-hmm.
And you need a relationship, a connection between those two things. Like a very good sympathy would be between family members, or having a cornerstone of a building. So if you would do magic to the cornerstone, it would affect the building. If you want to cast a spell on, let's say, a daughter, it would be handy to have the mother as a conduit.
Mm-hmm.
So
What
this,
what about like pulling a brick out of the wall here and a brick out of the wall there and swapping those bricks?
this would be a good first step. I think we need something from the inside.
I'm inside the gate.
Yes. At
Well,
least that's how my colleagues.
if the spell that I've cast works the way it's supposed to work, I'll notice if I'm in trouble with enough time to deal with it. So if you want to, I don't know, tie a rope to me and let me through the door, I suppose I could try to grab something.
Good. Yeah, very good. Okay. If you want to, you can roll empathy and maybe wits.
Sure. Get my character sheet up. You said empathy wits.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no, I don't get any bonuses or anything like that, right?
Mm-mm.
So that looks like.
One success. No?
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Moira seems nervous, excited. You see something that might be lying behind the excitement and nervousness. Until this point, you have been very annoying and disrespectful and not reasonable at all.
That is an
But
assessment, a reasonable assessment.
but this idea sparks actual hope. And this time she's actually shivering, shaking, just a little bit, trying to control that. But as somebody who is so as collected as her, being unable to control and to hide this shows how much strain she must have been under for the entire time. Okay. This sounds great.
I'll just, I'll nod at her and I'll say, "Don't worry, this will work."
Good. We could, yeah. We will place it directly behind our portal, making it a walking in trap. And I will leave you for a second. I'll get our specialists.
Great, and maybe a rope
Yes. And
would
if
be
you,
handy.
yeah, you do whatever preparations you have to do. And she whisks away, followed by Brian, who wants to see where the specialists live.
The only thing I could imagine Nancy would need to do while we wait is possibly extend that danger sense spell if necessary. If not, then I just leave it.
I
leave it
am
go.
happy with having it activated, as well as the heightened senses spell. You
Yeah.
are left alone in this eerie place. The three of you. And soon at least one of you will walk through a door into an unknown world.
Who of us will be walking?
Thought I
Until
was
now.
going in.
Okay, hold
Just
on.
what you want to do?
Whoever is going in, whoever's going in, I have a surprise for you.
I don't know that we have a better idea, do you?
No, just a helping hand.
I am not fond of surprises, so
I mean, are you
what-
planning on going in? Because I was planning on going in.
I don't know. I don't know what this is. I don't know.
Me either.
I can't help but feel a little bit responsible at this time.
Responsible for what?
Picked a hell of a moment to start feeling responsible.
Yeah, I don't know. I just we already called your dad, and he's gonna have questions. And
I'm certain he will.
yeah, so look, this is new for me too, and I'm not trying to make up for all the lost Christmases and birthdays. I'm just trying to cover contingencies.
Well, here's the way I see it.
Okay.
They just said that connections are what helps things. Connections help magic happen.
Mhm.
The connection we share is theoretically strong enough to allow some magic to pass between us if need be.
Right.
Hold on. That makes me realize something.
What?
I think if I go in, we already have a connection outside that I think is way stronger than any of you already have.
What's
I'm not
up?
trying to discount you or anything. My sister is here.
Yeah, I understand that.
And the whole thing of the connection is if you want to cast onto the daughter, you cast onto the mother and it will facilitate it.
Yeah.
And for the things you have now, because I know your dad is coming, I know, but that is still something that is underway.
Oh, I wasn't talking about my dad.
No.
Or whatever is going on. Just thinking of
I'm saying if I go in there and I get into trouble, you can use magic on her to bring me out.
Yeah.
true. So you're going in?
Well,
Look, if something goes wrong in the event of this happening, what do you want me to do?
whatever the wizards that are going to pull me out tell you to do.
No. Yes, obviously.
If you mean if I don't make it,
Yes.
well,
You have
I
to be
don't
so
I don't
negative?
plan on not making it. But I guess I don't know. Spread my ashes in the river at home and pretend I said something badass before I went in the door. I don't know what else to say.
All right. I can do that.
You know.
I thought you would be the person to say mingle my ashes with some cocaine and snort it, but okay.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, it's
Just trying to lighten the mood just a little bit.
little awkward to ask of a parent.
Yeah.
True.
So
Anyway, I put my hand on Nancy's shoulder. I think you could use just a little bit of luck before you went. Just to squeeze
I'll take all the
a
luck I can
little.
get.
I'm going to cast superlative luck on you. I think you're gonna need it. Because I am scared. Subject gains the road quality on the number of mundane dice rolls equal to potency. You get plus on, you get extra things on dice rolls. It's
Sweet.
a Fate 3 spell. The flavor text says the mage can ensure success at virtually any task he sets out to accomplish. I think I would be casting this like some kind of pep talk, like, you can do this. Come on. You're not gonna die out there. We're gonna get you out. It's all gonna be handy, fine, and dandy. We're gonna get you out, and nothing will go wrong. Okay? Pat.
Then please roll me fate and fate and gnosis.
That will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why did that roll an Ipsy instead of me? I don't think that makes sense. Hold on, is that one of my...
Might have been rolling as you, so don't feel bad.
Mage shit happened in Half
Yeah.
of Foundry.
Do I roll again, or is this the roll that counts? I don't know.
I'd say it counts because the other one counts as well.
Great. Fuck. Anyway.
Mm,
That was 5
Mm.
dice.
you try to build up the spell. You envision what it's going to do. How luck and fate will support Nancy on what she's about to do. And as you do this, and basically channel energies within you to your outside world, that and especially to Nancy, to communicate with the supernal world, to reshape the lie into the truth that you know that exists. The breeze that this place has been waiting for arrives, and the thousands of tiny stone leaves rustle. The branches start to move a tiny bit in the wind. The deer turns his head, and the hare hides under the foliage of the bush. And then the place comes back to a standstill. And you realize that your attempt at magic fed this place. You are muted.
I whisper in Nancy's ear, well, at least I tried. And just
Listen, performance anxiety is nothing to be ashamed of. It happens to everyone at some point. And I pat her hand.
I just, with my hand still in this place, I just scoot. You can almost hear a door hinge, like.
I'll be
And
okay.
then that's a good moment for the mages to arrive. Further, people in red robes with some of them broad ornaments on their collars, and with highly decorated implements arrive. They almost nodded you in greeting and start working. They take positions around the center tree trunk in the room. And it's easy for you to see them working, calling out words in the first language. And each of these words expressed in a movement and energy makes this place a little bit more unreal, less connected for all of them. But for you, it starts feeling more real, like a place you could actually touch. Unlike this feeling that you've had for the last 2 days. This disconnect from the world. Moira steps next to Nancy and says, I am ready to open the door. Are you ready?
Nancy takes a deep breath and steps over and hugs her mother. And says, am now. Turn around and I guess grab the rope. There is a rope here for me, yes?
There is a rope for you, yes.
And tie it around my waist. And I'll say, do we have any tools? Shovel, chisel, hammer, or am I just doing this with my bare hands?
I will give her my gavel. If I can.
I'll take it. All right. And I'll head up to the door.
And as you do, Moira starts moving. And it does look like a very complicated form of water bending that she is doing in the air. And then the tree breaks open. A passageway appears in front of you. And you can't see what's on the other side.
I'm going to stick my boot in does it like visibly disappear, or is it just like go into some darkness?
It does disappear.
And pull it back out. Still there?
It's still there.
All right, well, that's good. All right. Um, see you on the other side, and I'll hop into the doorway.
I hold a hand on the rope just to sense if any sudden tugging happens. Like, tug twice if you're in danger.
And as Nancy walks through the gate, a wave of energy emanates from the tree trunk and brushes over the stone sculptured landscape around you. And the wind takes up again. And you can hear creaking from the corners. You can hear like it's spreading. You can hear new sprouts coming from the ground. You can hear more trees grow. You can hear or more feel it. An owl coming out of the walls, arriving in this place. And I don't know if she screams or giving any other sound, but Judy, a hefty gust of wind picks you up and throws you after Nancy.
That's supposed to happen?
Moira is mid-spell. She can't answer.
Is anyone else here? Like the people that came, and can anyone answer?
Well, the other mages are apparently already doing the severance spell on the node. Moira
Severance,
is
great.
Moira is opening or controlling the gate, and well, Brian is doing Brian things.
Oh, Brian, even though you're not here, never change. Do I go after them? Would I put my head like in the in between.
And we see well, Ellie's hat disappear. I think this would be a very opportune moment to have a short break.
Beautiful. Excellent. We will do just that. If you are watching us live, hang out. We will be back momentarily. If you check the pinned message in the chat, that's got information for Onyx PathCon, including a list of games you can sign up to play at Start Playing. And I believe Tom is running one of those. So definitely go and check that list out. Which slot is yours?
The earlier one before I'm running Changeling on your channel at 1 p.m. So it's early.
Gotcha.
Early for us.
So yeah, if you're into a morning EDT time, check that out. Also want to remind you that Branch Riders is on Kickstarter. Throw that link in the chat. and we will be back momentarily. If you're watching this live, just hang out. And if you're watching it on playback, just fast forward until you see our pretty faces again. See you in a moment. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Onyx Path Twitch, where we are returning for the second half of our Mage the Awakening Point of No Retreat. I will hand the floor back over to our storyteller, Tom.
Thank you. That's a very nice floor, complementary to the keys I already have.
You're giving him too much power.
Yes. Okay. Speaking of too much power,
We better break the fourth wall so he doesn't, box us in.
Exactly.
you already are boxed in.
So five,
Actually, last I heard, I was blown away.
5D
Yes.
chess incoming.
Until you realize that you are just sitting behind a screen and you're watching yourself on the other side on the screen, and next to you is my name tag, but no picture of me. Something is wrong. And well, okay, let's stop this. It's getting very silly. Let's talk about very serious and completely realistic stuff, like people more or less standing in a living stone forest in the center of a mountain, and a couple of mages doing incredible stuff, and people putting name tags on, apparently. Great. Thank
It's not
you.
even my name tag.
Okay, where have we been? Yes. So, one of our players decided to walk through the magical portal. Another one got shoved through the magical portal, and the last one, holding the rope that everybody is tied to, decides to poke their head through the magical portal. And all you can see, wonderful Ellie, is a shadow rushing towards you, larger than life. And as you pull your head back, you feel the rush of the wind as something or somebody jumps over you into the cavern with a bunch of concentrating mages.
What?
Something just came out of the portal and entered your place.
I tried to take a look-see at what just entered my place. What is it?
It is a huge creature, two-legged. It is covered in fur, and it has horns on his head.
Do I recognize this thing?
You don't recognize the size, but the silhouette wakes memories from your dream and from a very special trip you did 2 days ago.
Out of pure desperation, I'm just going to point at thing. Hey, I know you.
And it turns around, looking at you with blood red glowing eyes and a ton of beard, staring down from 4.5 meters down to you.
You're taller than I remembered?
I am of any size. And the satyr turns its gaze away from you again, goes over to Moira, bows down, and sniffs at her hair.
How have you been doing? Not enough people to sniff on the other side? Wanted to come sniff here too?
Yes.
I mean, I get it. We all use
Yes.
different shampoos.
That's a very interesting place. I haven't seen this one yet.
But I do think it is a better idea if you just, and I point at the portal. Back. See, you're quite tall and the roof is very close to your head. I don't think this place is made for you.
Many places aren't made for me. Didn't stop me yet. And he picks up Moira. And
Hold on a second. We don't do that over here.
why? And holding her up in the air, and she is frantically trying to continue her motions.
Because it's just really impolite and we have manners over here. And I know it's difficult. I had to learn them manually by myself as well. But your life becomes so much easier when you know them and you get more things done from people. Just put her down and we can talk. She cannot talk anyway. She's busy. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's what she is. Busy. Sorry, very important lady person.
Is he gonna drop her from a height?
Maybe.
I don't want that to happen. Hold on. I am going to try and cast something that will be make me able to like somehow catch her in time, or can I just eyeball it and try to go for it?
You can try to go for it and just catch her.
Oh no, I'm gonna use tipping the hourglass, which is a road for me, which means that I can make time go slower or faster, which means slower, which means better reaction time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Then give me a time and gnosis check.
And it's a road for me, or it's one of my spells that's in my little pocket list of I know how to do this.
Yes.
So that means what again?
Dip. Ignoring the rules until now wasn't a mistake. It basically says that you are rolling it as if your arcanum was 5. So
okay. So instead of 2 for time, I had 5.
You have 5 for time.
So that's 2 for gnosis and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for time. That only gave me 2 successes, but it's 2 successes nonetheless.
That's all we are asking for. Time is one of your major arcana. You don't have to spend a mana, and everything else can be happily ignored as you create a bubble of time space time manipulation around Moira or around yourself. Where?
Around myself. So from the moment I'm standing under her, so from the moment she falls and she enters my bubble, I can put my hands up and kind of cushion the fall so that with how slow she is going, she doesn't weigh as much.
Okay.
And try to tip her immediately back on her feet.
Wonderful. And as you do this, your Satyr friend is
What do you-
looking very interested in what you're doing. Oh, you learned so much. I'm so proud of you.
Still putting down more. Hold on a second. Okay. Um, yeah. Now, thing is, could you not randomly pick people up again? Please?
He gets down to one knee, puts both his hands on your shoulders, gets onto an even line of sight, and says, "Yes, I won't pick up people randomly anymore."
Okay. Thank you. I don't want to start fights with even more people. I don't like that.
Me neither. Let's pick them up with determination.
No.
And we cut
No.
um to um to Nancy and Judith. And you are on the other side of the portal.
Well, that didn't go as planned.
I was not planning on going far.
I was not planning on coming with.
Yeah, so I imagine I'm fairly close to the door when all these shenanigans occur. Um, what is on the other side of this portal? What am I seeing?
That's an incredibly good question. Um, Tell me about your school.
My school?
Yeah. Your high school. Where did you go to high school?
Did we establish what city Nancy's from? I don't know.
No.
We did. All right. So I went to a public school. We'll call it East High School, and it was in Shermer, Illinois, and it was about 3,000 students. Old building, built probably in the early 1900s, brick. 3 stories. Had a gymnasium at one end and an auditorium at the other, and in between was basically where the classrooms were. Blue lockers.
It's like this. It's just that the front wall is missing.
And
You can
what's in its
see
place?
you can basically see into every room that is looking towards the front wall.
Can I see out the windows?
You can see out of windows, yes. Although the walls themselves draw your attention, every still existing wall is made from glass bricks. And each of these bricks seems to be filled with some sort of liquid of different colors.
Are the bricks connected firmly with one another, or can I slide one out?
They seem to be firmly connected.
Okay. Um, and what do I see when I look out the windows? I'm sorry.
I think usually you would see the city,
Okay.
but here you see a forest.
Okay. This is weird. I'm gonna look around. Um, do I see anything that looks like it'd be small enough to pick up? that looks like it's a part of this place, as opposed to like just an object sitting in the place. Does anybody have like a plant in their classroom?
Yes, it's on the teacher's desk.
I'm gonna go snatch up the plant
Mm-hmm.
and turn around and start making my way back to the way I came.
Judy, you have been to Nancy's high school at least once. For what occasion?
You're saying that I have been there before, but for
Yes.
what reason?
Yes.
There was an incident where Nancy got into some sort of trouble for whatever reason. And her father thought the school was being extremely unreasonable in the way it was being handled. He felt that Nancy was in the right, and that the school was sticking to a hardline policy uh, unfairly. And so he called me in as a favor to try and mediate the situation. And I was able to get them to acknowledge that they were being unreasonable. I Karen'd them into backing down, if that makes sense. And Nancy never knew about it. We deliberately kept it away from her.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll say it was her senior year of high school. They were threatening to keep her from graduating and preventing her from going on to college. And I was just not going to have that.
Mm-hmm. In this case, Nancy, as you strive to grab the plant, your magical spider senses tingle.
Like the plant's dangerous?
Yes.
Okay.
Fucking dangerous.
I do not grab the plant. Is there anything that doesn't? I guess I'm gonna go start checking objects for heat. Seeing what does and does not trigger that sense.
You get the idea that the place is getting smaller, more cramped, and that there is something deeper lurking here. Maybe the plant is only like one hand or one finger of it.
All right. I'm gonna run over to the wall. I'm gonna hit one of the bricks with the gavel and see if it pops loose.
You hit it. Could you please describe to me once again what a gavel is?
It's like a small hammer, like a judge uses.
Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to get.
Yep.
Okay. As you hit it, is it your implement, your magical tool, Judy?
Yes, the gavel. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Then this is actually a strength and arcanum check, gnosis check.
Okay. Not that that's huge. Can I drop a point of willpower on it?
Yeah, you can.
All right. By the way, I'm down to 1 willpower. I don't know if at any point I should regain some, but I haven't yet. Strength plus Gnosis. Will let me roll that? Holy cow, it will. And willpower adds 3 dice, correct?
Yes.
That's 3 successes.
That's actually wonderful. You're hitting one of the bricks. And the brick is being broken out of the wall. And it shoots out on the other side and goes off into the distance. You can see it landing in what appears to be a few meters away from the school building.
I scream, fuck! And then run after it.
And as you do this, the walls basically cave in. And from the far side of the room, the bricks actually break open. And Judy, you can see how like a wave of now dark tinted liquids spill out of each single broken brick and rushes towards Nancy and you.
Okay. I don't suppose I can like Captain America my gavel back.
I mean, I still have it, so I can toss it to her
Alright.
if that's okay. And welcome, Raiders. The feces has just hit the rotary oscillator, so you picked perfect time.
Yeah, hi. Welcome.
Yeah, if I can toss her gavel, I will. But so I'm being like, this stuff is like washing over toward me, basically.
Yes.
Do I sense it as an imminent threat?
Yeah, that was
You sense it feels like drowning. It's imminent.
All right, I will toss the gavel back to Judy, and I'll say, I don't know what you're doing in here, but you're supposed to be the one getting me out. So I toss the gavel and I say, get me out. And I turn back and walk toward the water.
I'm gonna try and can I space her out of this?
Sure.
Okay. Space and then gnosis.
Just give me a second. What's your space arcana?
2.
Space 2. Let's see what's this enabling. I think you can basically make her faster by making every of her steps skip a tiny bit of space more.
Okay.
This sounds good. Space 2 is veiling, shielding, or ruling. Doop, 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 doop. Yeah, you can do like accelerating and slowing down effects on time. And I think something similar would be reasonable for space as well.
All right, I have space 2 and life 1. So, like, I don't know if that combines to help her as a physical living being.
I'm not seeing any application for life in this
Okay.
moment, but
And it doesn't. I'm just gonna space her. So do I roll just space or space?
space and gnosis.
3 dice.
This is 3 dice. You could also spend a willpower.
I don't know how to spend willpower.
You can spend 1 point of willpower and then you gain 3 additional dice to your die roll.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Okay. In the character sheet. Deep, 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 deep. You should see next to health willpower.
Yes.
And there you can hit, if you hover over the first of the 2 numbers, you can click a minus.
Yes.
It will appear if you hover. And then.
Okay, so then I just did the 2. Nope. That's wrong. It's freeze. And then notice. And there. Yep, okay, and then 3. And then substitute. There you go.
Okay. First question. Where is Nancy running to?
I mean, the way I was envisioning it was like I come out of this classroom,
Mm-hmm.
I like knocked the brick out, and it flew out into the thing. So I come running into the hallway. Water's coming down the hallway.
Yes.
Judith's behind me, basically, right? So I spin,
Yes.
toss Judith the gavel, say, "You're supposed to get me out of here. Get me out of here." And I turn and I'm rushing into the water. I'm trying to get something I can grab, something I can bring with me that is part of this place. And hoping for the best. And if that's a lung full of water, then so be it.
It is definitely a lung full of water, and it is also how does it look like as Judy is casting the first spell in this realm?
Oh gosh. That's a good question.
I don't think she has much time to think about it.
No, she doesn't. I think like the instinct to just like reach out and sort of pull like or push, like when you're trying to teach a kid how to ride a bike and you're behind them and then you just want to like you want to make sure that they're straight as they go off on their own, so you're just like but you're not actually touching them, if you get what I mean.
Yes. Yeah. So you're basically giving Nancy a push
Yes,
and
you're
pushing things out of the way. And then there is, as you realize where she is running towards, Judy maybe grabs for the walls and pulling them closer so that Nancy is faster at the end and going head first into the black water.
Mhm.
And it feels so strange as you submerge Nancy. And it's like for the first time, you feel that your skin is actually wet, that this reaches you. And at the same time, you feel that your surroundings are manipulated. Hindrances are moved away. You're making faster progress than you should, even if one doesn't understand the rules this world, this place is governed by in any shape or form. And you hear the water rushing, but it's not the sound of water. It's the sound of people in a crowded hallway.
Would it be safe to say that metaphysically this water is not water?
Yes.
Would it metaphysically count as ectoplasm?
Um, I say no, but I think what you're attempting to do might work nonetheless.
So my thoughts were if I could use ectoplasmic shaping with Death 1 to make a solid like sphere of this stuff so I can put it in my pocket and have it with me. And as a plan B, my plan A is probably to get pulled out of here by somebody as I am going to probably take a big old breath of this water because I don't expect I'll be able to hold my breath this whole time. And my hope was that I would get pulled out and then on the other side be able to puke it out like, Ed Harris in the Abyss. But but if I can have a nice sphere of ectoplasmically manipulated substance in my pocket as a plan B, I'm all for it.
You can do this. You can try to reach out with death magic here. The interesting part that I need to know is what was the incident that the school wasn't happy about? Why had Judy to come to school?
I think I think I got into a fight with one of the cheerleaders. And rather than taking that fight to the authorities, to the staff, or trying to seek an appropriate method of resolution, I got some of my friends in auto shop to take her car apart and put it back together in the gym. So when her and the cheerleading squad showed up for cheerleading practice, they were greeted by her car.
And there's really no reason that you should prevent my daughter from graduating over this incident. Nobody was harmed. This car wasn't even stolen, it was just moved. We would do worse if she parked in a fire lane.
Somehow, adult Nancy can hear Judy saying this as if it came through a shut door, whilst the water of shouting, of some laughter, but mostly the blame being put to you for how could you, psychopath, maniac. And as this starts to push to as the pressure grows on your nose and mouth, and your vision completely vanishes because you're surrounded by this dark rush of water.
If the lights go out, I will probably think to myself, that's not even the craziest shit I did in school.
And then you summon death magic.
So do I need to make a roll for that death?
Yes,
Oh.
please.
And that's, what do we got? That's Gnosis and
Death.
Death. All right.
And what happened was my final argument. was that, do you really want to keep her here another 6 months, or do you want to get rid of her? Do you want her out of here as fast as possible if she's causing this much trouble?
Oops. There we go. Oh, holy cow, I got one success. I did not expect that to happen on my dice pool of 2. And yet, here we are.
Here we are. Well,
Hooray!
after that afternoon, something changed in school. You could maybe feel it with your students, but you could very much feel it with your teachers. The way they look at you, the way they address you if they do so, all says you're here on time and you are to leave. And we are not happy because you made it. We are happy because we will be rid of you.
All right.
And that culminates in this bubble that you create. And Judy, Nancy is too long in there.
Okay. Can I physically reach her?
There is still a rope, I assume, protruding from my waist back into the doorway that led us here.
Yes,
Okay.
there's the rope.
And I'm going to try and pull her through with the rope back through the doorway.
As you pull, you have to pull her out of the black water, which stopped somewhere halfway in the corridor. Doesn't push any further, but it already has completely encapsulated Nancy. And as you pull her out, it looks like hands are clinging still towards her, trying to pull her back in.
I'm getting Death Stranding flashbacks.
Where's Mads Mikkelsen?
He was the principal.
Jag kan spöa honom hvis du kan.
So, um,
I'm assuming Nancy is unconscious at this point.
probably.
Okay, good. Because otherwise, I would be screaming a lot.
Judy, what kind of ring you would always remember did you wear this day?
What kind of ring?
Ring, yes.
Let's go with, she has a ring her mother gave her, because there have been a few near misses in terms of relationship departments, where she's gotten close to people, but she's never actually been married.
And
Or at
As-
least if she She was married to Nancy's dad. She left the ring behind.
As you pull Nancy out of there, the hands clinging to your daughter's body are visibly wearing this ring.
Ooh, that I don't have time to unpack that right now. I will. I'm gonna have to book an appointment with my therapist when I get back to town.
Yeah, I think a round of therapy for the group is probably in order.
I'm gonna get work to pay for counseling after this.
Yeah, there will be very open to
Explain the workman's.
therapy.
It's going to be a workman's comp claim that would be pretty hilarious to read.
Right. Look, if you're not paying for our therapy, we're going to sue.
And you pull her back. The water, you see there are more cracks and more bricks. And more water is slowly dripping from them, culminating together on the ground. But you got Nancy back. How do you handle her?
She's out of the water, but she's not through the door.
She is with you, and I think you are still in the hallway, not too far away from the exit, but you are still within the school. You are still in this realm. You haven't left.
Okay, well, this is I'm guessing this is La Pieta style. You know, a mother holding her child on the edge of death. This is as close to a human moment as Judith has ever had, and she very much does not enjoy this. I don't like this. I didn't have. I left this behind for a reason, and now you're making me feel my own feelings in a place of emotional significance. What? I can't. Gosh, I am gonna need so much soju to show you. Just so much, so much. Yeah. So I'm gonna haul ass at holding my daughter, carrying her as my daughter through the door because my my sanity is not the solid foundation that it has been for me in the past after the events of this work retreat.
Mm-hmm. So still you can carry her back home. What is the thing that goes through your head as you're about to step through the door?
I am so deeply not prepared for this. I cannot do this. I'm glad I left. And I don't mean this like to be an asshole, but because I'm selfish, but like, wow, I could not have done, I would have fucked this up way worse, way so much worse if I had actually been there. I'm so bad at being a mom. Wow, she really is better. I did pick a hell of a time to do this. What the fuck is wrong with me? That's about it.
And then you return.
Is Nancy breathing? Just out of curiosity.
She is breathing.
Oh, that's good. That's fortunate.
And still holding a globe made from death magic and repressed memories. Great.
That's going to be the
Then-
name of my new prog rock band.
Perfect. Yeah. On the other side, things are just brilliant.
Still have these hands of the satyr on me.
I don't think so, because
I wanted
he
a hug.
lost interest in basically picking people up, because there's much more funny things to do.
Okay.
The satyr walks over to Brian and says, "Oh, it's him. I always wanted to meet him in person." You do still have his door, right? I gave you a door for him. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Poor Ellie. Did you forget about your promise? Didn't fulfill your promise?
What?
Remember the dream? Ellie, I told you you will have guests. They were coming over. We had a conversation. And then I told you I have something important to give to this guy. And I gave to you a door that you were supposed to give to him. You didn't forget about this one, right?
I don't think I did. Look, Brian here has not always been with all of us, and when he has been with all of us, it has been in dire time of need, where sadly the possession of door frames could not be switched. I am very sorry.
Yeah, I totally feel you. It's horrible. But I have one question to you.
Yes.
This loyalty card, doesn't it mean anything to you? Is this
This
just
is
a
the
piece
moment
of paper of broken promises?
No, it
Hollow
isn't.
dreams?
It isn't. It isn't. I have been thinking of repaying, as in not as in thinking of whether or not, no, but what could be the best thing. Because for once, I don't want to disappoint you, but also I don't want to get myself into even more trouble than I'm already in.
I hate for you to come in more trouble.
So do you have a suggestion?
Well, I don't know if I can do anything about it, because basically you fucked up with fate. And if I can't change anything, that's fate.
But I can,
Oh, you can, do you think?
somewhat, to a certain degree. It's not a total impossibility.
So you created this card.
I don't know. The moment I awoke, I don't. It changes shape. I don't know who they are or what it. I don't know. But I said, haha, deals making. Is there a loyalty card or something? So they just created a loyalty card out of thin air.
Sounds about right.
And there's a lot of things I can do, but I cannot create loyalty cards out of thin air. I am not a human printer.
That's sad to hear. Would you be interested in becoming a human printer?
No. Actually, no, thank you. But I have been willing and trying to think of how to repay for that thing, and I think I have found a way.
Okay. It better be good because there's a burning hole where delivered door should have been, you know?
Mm. Fine. Fine. Um, God dang it. Coming with things up on the spot is really difficult because in game I have absolutely thought about this. Meanwhile, I'm like, ah.
Okay.
I know what to give. I ruffle in my pockets and I find my trusty toolkit I had from the beginning of when I started to be the server goblin. This iFixit kit has been with me for, I think, little over a decade. And I've never found a kit that works better for me. But I think it might be time for this piece of history that's connected to me that has screwed so many screws to try and unscrew me over. These tools have touched my blood and tears and sweat. These things have got me out of so much trouble and gotten me into so much trouble. And I got these as a present for my family. The last thing I ever got from them before I left them. Because fuck those guys.
You're giving me an escape route.
This has a lot of value attached to it. Not only for what it can do, but what it has done for me through the days, through the months, through the years. But if I want to have more days, months, and years, I think it might be time to let go for it. Besides, people haven't told me that I have a few screws loose. Maybe they should stay loose, and someone else should have the fastening kit.
He starts smiling. A wide grin. And he was about to go down onto one knee solemnly, but now he's just smirking and opening his hands to receive the Fix-It kit.
It has a sticker on it that in very childish drawing says the name Eleanor on it. Like one of those name tag stickers from those diddle pages, those diddle sticker books.
And then he closes his hands around it and does a strange small movement, and they're empty afterwards. And then he says, well, apparently there is no fixing to you.
Only working with the broken pieces that I have.
So, with no more way to fix anything and no escape route left, I have one question for you. It pulls out the loyalty card again. When are you going to stick it to your sister?
Stick it to my sister? What do you mean?
I mean, it's time for payback, isn't it?
Don't give me ideas. Don't give me ideas.
Wait a second. I never looked on the backside of this card, and I just realized There's something standing there. And he turns around the card and it says, well, card to give ideas. I am your fucking mentor. Oh, that was supposed to say mental, but I'm sorry.
What does it say again? Sorry, I did not fully understand that sentence.
It basically says it's my job to give you ideas.
That's what I get for putting Gnosis 2 on my sheet. Fucking hell. Fine. Give me ideas. Go ahead.
Well, let's go and do something about her. She pestered her your entire life. She even followed you to work. And I am pretty sure she is plotting against you right now.
Yeah,
So,
on that.
If
on
we
that.
are setting fire onto everything and anything, maybe put her into the center of it. I don't know. Make it a personal hell. Yes?
Thank you. Before we can do that, and before I can put my full effort into making anyone's life hell, and I point at the portal with the rope sticking out of it, I have some business I have to finish up here first, because these people could help me drag her into hell.
You really need to get more decisive and not waiting for others to I don't know, do stuff.
But they can help me. I know that for a fact. They also have family issues.
Oh, they are great. I'm loving them. Wait, do I need to pull here? And he grabs the rope. And this is when Judith and Nancy are being yanked through the portal. And the next loud thing that can be heard is a finally from Moira as she collapses in a pile of sweat and tears and intellectual agony.
I absolutely leave Moira for whatever she can recover on her own. I don't care. I need to talk to this satyr boy right here because, I mean, Okay, thank you for that. Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome.
Oh, okay. Is he holding his arms out? I don't know. What is he doing?
He is probably, holding his hands out, his arms out, because he was just about to start singing a song, but then he got the feeling that he might get being sued by reality. And that's not a business he's into.
I awkwardly give him a half hug and say thank you. This 4-meter tall thing's like, thanks.
As I said, you're welcome. And on a professional level, I am informing you, if you tell somebody like me, thank you, we are very sure that you owe us something. So be careful with these words.
That's perfectly fine. I don't mind that too much right now.
Okay. I just gonna make a note on this loyalty card, owes me something more.
Oh yeah, I already have an idea, but what about the other idea that we have?
Yes, other ideas. Great.
I look at them, look at my two compatriots. Help me.
Nancy responds by going,
Do you need assistance?
I just want you to bear with me for a while. A whole while.
Okay, we don't have a whole while, but sure.
Not you, Judy. Sorry. My apologies.
I'll wait. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I also don't want a physical bear here, okay? Do not twist my words. Thank you. So, what do I call you even? Can I have a name, a title, anything? Pronouns? I'm woke that way.
Okay. That's a very good question.
Anything you would like to be addressed by?
Your med. No, that's stupid. I have to think about this. Give me a second. Can choose. Oh, I'm gonna be the chosen one.
Okay, then your nickname will be Chosy.
Whatever. It's actually sounding kind of cute.
Okay, Chosy, which is really too close to my own bit. Okay, Chosy. I heard you want to spread chaos, right?
Oh, we do love some chaos. I could start with that one. And he points at one of the Severance mages.
No, we're gonna do chaos, but it's gonna be even more fun if you plan just a little bit around it and pull even more people into it.
Judy is looking like she is not fond of the idea.
Judy, I said bear with me.
Okay, more people. Yeah.
So
I'm hearing you.
we have this plan
Yes.
getting a few people that we don't like
Mm-hmm.
out of the picture.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to make that chaotic, then this is a win-win for the both of us.
Great.
And we don't like these people because they're very into order and very much into like doing things structurally and taking advantage of people in positions of power through rules. And I think we both don't really like rules and structure and hierarchy and anything that's ordered.
But
Because it prevents us from making chaos.
I get the appeal, but sometimes the rules are important. Like, not fuck with loyalty cards. You're not getting me there. Okay, so let's say you have a bunch of people who need some messing up. I can help you with that gladly. I need a few things, but we can make something happen. And just for the cherry on top, can I just can I mess with him? And he points at Brian.
No. You can mess with me, but you cannot mess with him.
Wonderful.
I'm sure we're gonna make the best of friends. And I just like grab into his fur a little and scratch him like I would do with a dog or something, but still not condescendingly, but like.
Wonderful. And that's that's the face that Nancy is waking up to.
And a giant satyr.
And a giant satyr.
I think I'll open one eye and then close it again.
That seems to be the perfect reaction. And if anybody wants to see what happens if you let loose a size-changing satyr in a castle full of soul-feeding vampires and round about 300 mortals without any protection, then I strongly advise you to keep a watch out for when we are returning with our then penultimate episode of Mage the Awakening 2nd edition, Point of No Retreat. And until then, I can highly recommend not make further deals with creatures that hand out loyalty cards.
It's going to be
And
absolutely fine.
and to maybe have a look at our schedules for Onyx Path Con, where I will mess up the rules of other games. But until then, let's have our goodbyes and important informations about where to find us, what we do, stuff like this. And we gonna start with Josie first.
Hi, I'm Josie. They, them. I played Ellie, the poor server goblin, now also satyr caretaker thing, victim of, I don't know. The thing is, I like him way too much and I think he's cute. God dang it. So I'm gonna do big mistakes. You can find me on most socials at Josie the 11th. We are still making progress in the Her Crown of Fire audio drama, but I have to slightly disappoint you. We will only be releasing more episodes once all the episodes have been recorded and mastered. So when they do come out, you have the entire second block to binge in one go. Just saying, it's gonna be good, it's gonna be amazing, it's gonna have angst. I may have cried a little during, you know, the recording. But anyways, and also go look at the games with Tom and me on Onyx Path convention and other games I do, because I'm gonna make equally bad mistakes, if not worse.
It will be brilliant. Thank you. Ipsy!
Mute.
Can't hear you.
Gotta unmute. Hi, Ipsy. You can catch me on Saturday, 7 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. 1 in the afternoon Central European time. Doing The World Below. I'm looking forward to this. It's my first time playing this. I'm just getting into the book, so I can't promise you anything yet, but you'll have to tune in on Saturday and see. Tonight I have been Judith, the maker of bad decisions and arbiter of poor choices, and rescuer of her estranged daughter.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And Travis.
Hi, I'm Travis. Pronouns are he, they. When I'm not running or playing games, I'm writing them. I will be back here on the channel tomorrow evening for The World Below. I'm glad to see that you're getting a chance to play it, Ipsy. I love the setting. It's amazing. It's a lot of fun. And I also had the privilege to work on the powers for the setting. The sorceries, which was a lot of fun to do. I too will be at Onyx PathCon. It would probably be a little shorter to list the things I'm not involved with than the things that I am, because I am the coordinator. So even if you don't see me, chances are good I'll be there at the panel in some way or another. Might just pop up behind people randomly. We'll see how it goes.
Lurking.
Exactly. But I do hope that everyone watching will not only come and check out the con this weekend, but tell your friends, bring them along. I've posted some links in the chat, particularly to our link tree, which has not only does it have all the partner channels where you'll be able to find the actual plays, a link to this channel where you'll be finding the panels, but also the various anniversary sales that we have going on at Onyx Path. We have up to 75% off on traditional print media through Indie Press Revolution. So especially some of the older Chronicles of Darkness, World Darkness books are like 75% off right now. If you've been waiting to get your hands on that Wraith 20th Anniversary Edition, I don't think you'll ever find it less expensive than it is right now, so go grab it up. We also have deals over at Drive Thru RPG and over at Roll20. That, I believe, is me. So I will pass it back over to you, Tom.
Thank you. Yep. Well, below, I also am loving the game, and I have set up a tiny freestyle campaign for after the con that people can join me on playing on startplaying.games. So that's something very awesome that's going to happen. And yeah, I will be in the same time slots as Ipsy on Saturday and Sunday, running Deviant the Renegades on Sunday, 7 a.m. in the morning for Eastern time, and I'm gonna be running Changeling the Lost on Sunday on 7 a.m. in the morning Eastern time. So I sadly am missing your World Below game, but I'm sure I'm gonna pick that up if it ends up on YouTube.
You're
So
not.
what I-
Everything will. Everything will. Eventually. It might take a little bit because normally we do a week of downtime between broadcast and upload, but there's going to be a lot of content all going up on a Saturday if I did it that way. So we'll probably pepper it out over the course of the next month or so. But it will make its way to YouTube.
What I'm hearing is that if you watch Saturday, you can see me. And if you watch Sunday, you can see Tom. So you don't have to really, it's your time between. And you can catch Tom on the YouTube later.
Yeah, that's also totally a possibility. Yeah. So, yeah, thank all of you. Thank you to the raiders who have stayed. Highly appreciated.
Very much so. Thank you.
I hope you got yeah. I understand this might have been a confusing situation you ended up in, but I hope you had some fun. And yeah, I am very excited to see the conclusion of our adventure because it is changing. With every minute we are playing, it's changing again.
There's
So
a lot of metamorphosis happening. It's very cool. I like it.
I want this hater to be my friend. Dang it.
if it was only a human creature.
That's the best part that it isn't.
Well, maybe that's right. Okay. Have a wonderful evening or a wonderful day wherever you are. And I hope we see each other at the weekend. And don't miss the opportunity to watch the simulcasted Moth game on Friday night.
Definitely. And if you missed the game on Friday night, that's okay. Check our schedule because you'll be able to see some encore presentations throughout the weekend. So we want to make sure everybody gets a chance to check it out. On that note, everybody hang out. I'm going to go ahead and send a raid over to our good friend Bunny Hearted. Show her some love when we get there. And I will see you all again real soon. Take care of yourselves and each other.
Bye.